In this video, I want to discuss pivot tables. Pivot tables are extremely important. They allow you to manipulate very quickly large data sets. So let's go ahead and create our first pivot table. In your spreadsheet, go to your data set, then select Insert Pivot Table. You'll see that it selects the range for you, puts it in a new worksheet, which is what we want to do in this case. It will then go to that worksheet and it's set up ready to create your first pivot table. Now, for the first one, we're going to do a store in the column. We want to do the supplier for the rows and sales for the values. You now have a simple pivot table that allows you to compare your suppliers to the store where they had sales, and you can see the sales amounts in comparison that way. In this case, we wanted the sum, which this is correct, but so that you will know if you wanted to change that, it is possible to do other things like summing, min, max, or any other function that's in Excel by dropping that little arrow down, going to Value, Field, Setting, and you will see other functions are available. You can cancel this and just make sure it says Sum of Sales, which it would have done by default. Now we're going to create a pivot chart. Make sure you're on the table. Go on to the ribbon. You'll see the pivot table tools are available. They are Analysis and Design. You should be on Analysis and you will see the pivot chart. Click on it. You want to do a column chart and we're going to do a 3D clustered. Click OK. You have a 3D column clustered chart. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my design. And I have a pivot chart. Now, depending on what you're clicked on, you'll notice your tools change depending on which one you're using. In this case, I'm on the chart, so my chart tabs are up automatically because of that. And if I click on the pivot table, you'll see by default the pivot table tools come up. I have Analysis and Design here. One other thing I want to make you aware of is if you close the fields over here with this X, it will go away. You'll notice when I click back and forth, they don't come back. If that happens to you, if you go on to the Analysis tab on the ribbon, you will see there's a button called Field List. If you click on it, it will bring them back. Otherwise, it will go on and off by default depending on where you're clicking on your spreadsheet. Now, let's create another pivot table. Sales results, I'm going to go there. Click on Insert, Pivot Table. I'm going to a new sheet. This time, I'm going to do the store in the column. I'm going to do the, we'll do the month under the rows. We're going to do category because we're going to filter by category. And then under values, we're going to do the sales again. So we now have a nice pivot table that compares the rows, which are the months, to the store's sales that way. So you can see in the month of January what, the different like Green Spring Club or, LB Superstore did in sales. Now, once we've done that, if we want to filter, you'll see the category filter is right here on the screen. I can drop this box down and pick whatever I want. In this case, I'm going to pick computer. And I can also filter by store if I want. So we're going to filter for the Green Spring Club by clicking down where it says column label. And you'll see all of them are selected right now. If I unselect them, I can pick the one I want, which is Green Spring Club. Click OK. I now have Green Spring Club, and I have it filtered by computer, which is what I want. I'm going to create a pivot chart to go with this case. I'm going to do a line chart that has markers. Okay, once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and change my design. Okay, after I have done that, then the last thing it asks for is it asks you to forecast out 4 periods. Now, I'm in 2013, so it's a little different. That if you have 2010, it's actually in 2010 very visible. You'll see it right on the ribbon. So if you go up here under, you'll have your pivot table tools up here and your charts tools available. When you're in, then you look on that ribbon and you will see where it says trend towards the right hand side. If you are in 2013, they've kind of hid it and it's actually under add chart element. But it's a trend line and I'm going to do more trend options. So whether you're in 2010 or 2013, this is the option you want. Okay, so in 2010, it'll be right on your ribbon. And 2013 is under Add Chart Element. Then go, again, either one of them, go to More Trend Line Options. You will see that it'll default to linear, which is what you want. And if you go down to where it says Forecast and change forward 4, and so it'll be 4 periods that way, close it, and you'll see that it takes and it plots out 4 periods, the trend for sales for the Green Spring Club. Okay, so I have a linear trend. All right, you would change your tabs to the correct names and place your charts where it tells you to in your instructions, and then submit your project into SAM if you're using SAM with this, which we are, and it will correct it for you.